On this week's Nonsensible podcast,
have one common thing that we're all trying to beat together.
But
as a family.
Don't touch me.
Are we?
Not like. Why would you name your child? Yeah.
But do you feel special that we're part of that 100-year once in a lifetime?
Not deeper in me though. What the f did this little just say?
This is Nonsensible.
This is the first episode. We do not have a guest, so it's just us today, and it's also the last episode of 2020, and probably the first episode of 2021. So this is to a great year with Nonsensible, and this is to a better year in 2021.
Guys, thank you so much for letting me be on this, even though I'm not as famous as you.
Oh no, it's cool, dude.
That's fine.
I really appreciate it.
It was this year's charity work.
Fine. Our gift to you this year.
Yeah, I've got like 74 Instagram followers because of this.
Wow.
Yes.
So what, you've like doubled?
Yeah, I'm almost at 6,000.
You're following just as many followers as you have, dude.
No. I follow 2009. I tried to delete it.
Why are you following that many people?
I know them all, man. I'm telling you.
Personally?
I try to go through and get rid of people, but
I'm going to go and check.
people make fun of me
So
because I go through and I'm like, I can't erase him. I can't erase her. She'll get her feelings hurt, but they probably wouldn't even care.
Sometimes you have to go through and just unfollow them.
How many people do you follow?
Like 380 maybe?
Wow, really?
Let me
What
check.
about you?
That's a lot.
1,000? And that I consider that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I follow a lot, but I also follow like brands. Oh, shit. Sorry. 846.
Damn.
That's
But I
literally
occasionally
double
go
of
Too
what
through.
you
bad none of
said.
them hit you up on Cacao Talk.
I go
And I told the guy that's
in
Never mind. I
Fungolio.
was gonna say black joke.
Yeah. Jeez, what a way to start the new year.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Nonsensible back in the house. Just myself, David, and Solio.
Saul Goodman.
Yeah. What a year it's been.
You're right. Wait, can we just
What a
stop acting like
year.
okay? This has been the worst year
Uh,
I've had my entire life.
The highlight of the year has been Nonsensible.
Aw.
That's like been there are positives in this year. Let's not say it's all been,
It's pretty much all been shit, dude.
but yeah, 95% of it's been shit. The year that was 2020. This is going to go down in history this year, 2020.
The kids are gonna study us in 40 years.
Oh, not only that, like I'm thinking about it for my kids. My kids have lived through, well, we've lived through it as well, but at such a young age, a once in a lifetime experience. But it's kind of like, how is this year going to change things for future generations?
Oh, it's gonna change so much.
Like the face mask, is this going to be the new modern accessory that everyone has to have?
it's gonna be the next seatbelt for sure.
Online learning. Shit like this is things that we never envisioned.
At least we're prepared for whatever comes in the future, though. You know, which is a good thing. I mean, I'm trying to look for the light at the end of the tunnel.
Mr. Positivity over here is, I'm probably sure that he's found some positives in this year.
I fuck with 2020 pretty hard. I
That's
like
really
it.
selfish.
Please
of
I
you.
elaborate.
like,
Please
no,
elaborate.
of course I've said this before. Of course there's lots of terrible things that have happened, but it's nice for everyone to come together and have one common thing that we're all trying to beat together
But are
as
we?
a family.
Don't touch me.
Are we?
What do you mean? Are we beating it?
Are we coming together?
No, I
Like
don't feel
it's-
together at all. I feel more separated from the world than ever.
It seems like there's been a lot of division. Like in my home country of Australia, states have like shut down borders. They're like, well, that state's having problems with COVID cases. We're going to shut
that
down the
sucks.
borders so they can't come into our state.
Dude, okay, let's see. How did this year start? We lost Kobe.
That did suck. That was bizarre.
Dude,
How weird was that to wake up to Kobe Bryant and his daughter?
that was
dying in a helicopter
worst.
crash.
I couldn't believe it. Didn't feel real for
Yeah.
at least a month.
Yeah.
That was, I mean, I'll admit I was never a huge Kobe fan. I was kind of a generation before. For me, it was Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, MJ. I was kind of that era.
Yeah.
But like under the circumstances that they lost their lives, I mean, that in itself is horrific. That was tragic. You know, he decided to give his children a better life. So he decided to move out of LA. And that was his commute, he decided to use helicopters as his commute to make his family life, give his family a better life. And then to lose not only his life, but one of his children's life as well. You know, I can't imagine what his wife would have been going through, having lost a husband and a child at the same time.
Yeah. And even a child is probably even hard.
A child alone is difficult, or a husband or a spouse alone is difficult. But under those circumstances,
it is crazy. Even if you weren't a fan of Kobe as a basketball player or the Lakers, so he's become so inspirational to so many people who like didn't know about him. Just people talking about his work ethic and people who didn't even know him.
Yeah,
crying about him dying because
this is the worst episode in the world.
Oh yeah, we should stop there.
Yeah. What about all the wildfires?
Dan, did you just look at the camera when you did that?
This is the worst episode. This is the complete opposite of the last episode.
Well, you know, there's also...
And I'm wearing antlers.
Yeah. I think that we should...
And I look adorable.
You look way too cute to be talking about wildfires and pandemics.
Hey, Australia almost melted itself off the map.
We know.
Koalas almost became an endangered species with the bushfires we had down there. I mean, the year started... Let's be honest. The year did start off pretty fucking... that was the start of the year in Australia. We're having bushfires.
California too, right?
Yeah, California. Then you've had, you lose Kobe. Then all of a sudden, COVID kind of pops out of nowhere.
And right before that, the whole Black Lives Matter and police brutality issues.
Yeah, this year has been wild.
And the NBA almost got canceled.
Yeah.
What about it?
Cyberpunk sucked.
You were so excited about that.
Well, but a lot of people were. 8 years in the making. A game that took 8 years to make.
This year was a nightmare.
Well, on a lighter note, Netflix has been kicking ass.
I know I'm usually positive, but I disagree.
Well, no. From a business standpoint.
Oh, yeah. People
have been exactly. There's a few things I should have invested in. Netflix stock. Should have bought gold earlier. The price of gold went through the roof. The price of oil plummeted. I mean, there's so much to take on board this year. Tiger King.
That was what I was going to say. That was a great part of 2020.
Yeah. It was cool that Netflix pulled Dave Chappelle's specials because Dave Chappelle wanted it to be off.
I really liked that too.
Yeah,
you got to respect that.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Dave Chappelle is the baddest.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's doing such cool stuff.
Is he really the baddest though?
Who's the baddest? Name another celebrity who every time they open their mouths, the whole world watches and listens the way they do.
It's definitely Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Kanye West. People listen whenever he opens his mouth. People tune in.
People listen, but it's not the same way.
I know.
When George Floyd happened, everyone wanted to. When Dave Chappelle talked about it, everyone wanted to hear. It's sort of weird, that skit where he talks about, I gotta know what the Ja Rule's got to say about a situation like this. What does Ja think? It's actually become real. People actually do think what does Dave got to say about this now?
I didn't quite get the whole concept of it, but didn't he have a whole kind of a commune kind of going at one stage? You had a lot of artists coming out to his property, and they just kind of had an opportunity to go and brainstorm and kind of work on new ideas and music and whatnot.
Yeah, and he has social distancing concerts at his.
I think even over, I think it was Questlove was saying while he was out there, they were testing every second day to make sure that no one was sick out there, which is a lot better than what has been going on in the NFL recently. Have you seen what's been happening in the NFL? Teams have been dropping like flies. The Baltimore Ravens.
Everyone is getting.
They had over 11 players that had COVID at one time.
Did you see? Did you guys see Tom Cruise have a freak out about the social distancing thing, and people are kind of defending him?
No, what did he do?
He freaked out on some people on set because they're filming the new movie of
Mission Impossible.
New Mission Impossible, and these two guys weren't following social distancing procedures, and he went shit on there like, there's people who don't even have work, and we have to set an example for Hollywood. You guys need a social distance, or you lose your jobs. He, like, went crazy, but people are kind of applauding him because if more people had the mentality, not as many. Because yesterday alone, over 3,000 people died in the United States from COVID cases. So Tom Cruise, despite his loony history, he's making some real good points, and he's a hell of an actor.
It's really sad that it's gotten so out of hand in America.
Oh, not just America. I mean, it's everywhere at the moment.
Isn't America the worst?
The worst by far.
Yeah.
By far.
By far.
By far.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, I don't know. You could do a whole episode on COVID.
I think that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Let's stay away from that. All right. Let's have a look at the list.
All right. For 2020, with our podcast guest, sexiest podcast guest, Will. God, he's so hot.
Get him on. I want to see him in that.
I'd agree with that.
I want to see Wu in nothing but those antlers.
But didn't he posted something on Instagram just recently of him like almost semi-nude.
He does that often.
Yeah, he's
I ain't mad at you, Wu.
No, I wish I could.
I ain't mad at you. You know that song, Tupac?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I ain't mad at you, Wu. Do you? What are you looking up?
Elon Musk. Elon Musk had a baby, right?
Yeah, and it has like a crazy ass name. His name was in Pig Latin or something.
Didn't they make him change the name? Hang on. How do you pronounce this?
Do you know?
X-A-12, or is it X-A12? Yeah, California's their laws didn't permit them to name their child that. But why would you name your child?
Why would you name your child? Yeah.
Just let that out into the world.
Let them
figure it.
Why would you
the first thing they say is their name.
Why would you? Okay.
Yeah, your name's Duh from now on. Duh, go to your room.
All right. What would you? If you have children, what are you going to name your children?
Refrigerator. Brother's going to be named Blender.
Yeah.
Sister's going to be named Fork.
What was your first word?
I have no idea. If you remember your first word.
My mother remembers my first word.
Really?
Yeah.
What was it?
Rough.
Rough, like a dog.
Yeah, I looked at a dog and it said rough. Yeah.
My first word, I think, was my name.
Dave?
Davey or something like that.
Davey?
I don't know. I'm making things up.
Oh.
Hey, Dave.
I did not pronounce my name.
He didn't have a Korean accent yet. David, I don't know if you noticed, he's not Korean.
What?
나는 David입니다. What the did this little just
Sounds like he's speaking another language. Who taught him that?
Jesus Christ. You guys are delinquents.
Did you know any Korean before you came here?
I knew
You probably knew how to swear. You knew how to swear in Korean.
I think I knew takchol, maybe. I don't know if I knew how to swear. I hardly knew any Korean.
What was your first Korean word that you learned?
Ara.
Annyeong?
I was 이거 뭐야?
And that's still the only Korean you know.
You sound like most 3-year-old children.
Yeah.
이거 뭐야? 이거 뭐야?
Well,
That's because someone who lived here when they were 3 taught me that. They were like, all I know is 이거 뭐야? 이거 뭐야?
Oh, back in the States.
Yeah.
You learned Korean in the States.
이거 뭐야?
Really?
Just that.
Not even 감사합니다.
And
or
남자아이 and 여자아이.
oh, I knew 감사합니다 because my dad taught me it.
Your father taught you how to say thank you in Korean?
Yeah, he knew it because there were a lot of Koreans in my area, and he just said that 감사합니다 is Korean for thank you, and he taught me. Mm-hmm.
Little
That's
did you
what
know
happened.
that was going to have his son move to Korea forever.
Yeah.
What did you just say? That it sounds flames. Hop on a plane,
Mm-hmm.
change your whole life up.
All right. Vaccines. Who's going to get it?
I mean, dude.
Oh,
Here's
who should get it?
No, here's
Healthcare professionals, right?
Here's the debate. Look, do you want to be the first person to get vaccinated? Because there are people out there that are taking vaccinations right now, and a lot of it, they've gone through the testing process of being like human guinea pigs for the benefit of the rest of society. Now, I don't know if I would have been willing to do that myself. I applaud people that do it. And I thank them for putting their life potentially on the line for the benefit of us. Now, when the vaccines come out, there's going to be people saying, I want to get this as soon as possible. There are people who are going to say, you know what? I want to sit back and see what the potential side effects are. Where do you stand on that issue?
I don't think that
the reality of it is we're probably last in line.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Even I feel, do you think it's like genetic how well you handle the coronavirus? Like, does it hit certain families harder than others?
I think it hits certain people harder than others, of course.
What are you doing?
He's flirting.
Tying his shoe.
Juvenile.
Oh, he's just flirting.
He called me
Here's the thing,
juvenile.
If a lot of countries could potentially say, if you want to travel, you have to be vaccinated. Like, that's the thing for me. Like, if the potential to get in an airplane and travel, that's the thing that's got me itching.
That's what we can do. Where do you guys want to travel to when all of this is over?
I want to go home.
That's really sad.
No, I just want to see my mum.
That's even sadder.
That's even
Is that sad?
I
Really?
want to see my
That's
mom
not
too.
sad in like that. It's that sad kind of way. It's sad as in like,
Just like I want
like
my
what-
kids to be able to
yeah.
see their grandma.
oh, that's sad and like.
My eyes are really watering.
Yeah, dude.
It's just like reality.
I'm sick of only talking to my mom on FaceTime. I want to give her a real hug.
Do you want to give her a kiss too?
Mm,
On the lips?
no.
What the f- is wrong with you?
No, what is wrong with kissing someone on the lips?
I don't know, Tom Brady. Chill out.
What, did Tom Brady kiss his mom on the
Like
lips?
kisses
kisses.
on the lips. That's
Like long kisses on the lips.
Do you think he's
dude.
just trolling?
no.
Like, do you think he's
No, that's normal in some households.
Yeah.
Yeah, in my household.
Yeah.
You
I kiss
kiss-
my kids on the lips.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You
normal.
do have the cutest kids in the whole world.
I hate this episode.
What? Oh, Dave.
We usually
I
have
think
a
this-
guest and we know each other so well.
No, I think that any discussion that we have about 2020 is going to be a little
Yeah,
bit.
it's your fault, Diane. You should have just let us wing it.
I like this episode.
I hate it.
No, okay. Okay.
I don't think there's anything wrong with. Dave is getting
Dave is Dave.
down again.
Dave is
He's-
doing his Dave thing.
He's finding his dark spot.
Okay. Worst thing that happened, the best thing that happened in 2020.
Nothing.
I got to meet you guys. Well, I knew you before. I got to meet you. That's pretty cool.
2020.
You're
I
really-
finished an album.
Dude, right on, dude. And that music video's tight.
Thanks.
I love
gotta
your
send
eyes,
you-
Sam.
I got to send you guys my
How
album.
did it sell?
That's not out yet.
Okay. Are you okay?
I finished the album.
I did. And see, this is something I'm seeing. People are being a hell of a lot more productive.
Mhm.
Like, well, maybe you're not. That's just
I
personal.
don't know if you guys noticed this too. I mean, these didn't just pop out of nowhere.
They didn't happen at the gym, that's for sure.
They happen home workouts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's
I'm
been a
not
lot of.
smuggling fruits.
At least you're not juggling them. Smuggle
You
them.
guys want to see the rabbits jump? 2020. A couple rabbits were born.
I hope
I don't even know what to say to
I hope
that.
they go extinct.
I don't even know what to say to that.
I hope rabbits go extinct now. That would be the last straw for 2020. Toki going extinct. The little son Toki going extinct.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I'll keep them alive. Don't worry.
Can we just not talk about 2020?
Okay.
These people must live under a rock, these two.
Did you?
You don't know anything that happened in 2020.
I know.
No, all you know about is COVID and that's it.
Did you know that Logan Paul is now officially booked to fight Floyd Mayweather
Yeah, I
Jr.?
do know that.
That's just ridiculous.
But it's so
He
smart.
said if he wins, it's going to be the greatest upset in sports history, which
Who?
is true.
It will
If
be.
Logan Paul won, it would be the biggest.
Here's
He's
the
not gonna
reality.
win.
Here's the
win.
reality. Floyd Mayweather is not going to throw a punch. He's a defense. He's always fought defensively. He's not a guy that goes out there and throws punches.
Yeah.
So he'll just jump around the ring and Logan Paul won't be able to touch him.
Well, yeah. I mean, everyone knows the result, but it's still super entertaining.
But
I
the thing-
cannot wait to
Yeah.
watch it.
Floyd Mayweather is in a financial position where he always needs money.
Really?
He has a very expensive lifestyle.
I thought he was a billionaire.
he's
always remaking that money. He spends it as fast as he makes, but he's awesome.
Why would he need to? If he was a billionaire, why would he realistically need to fight Logan Paul?
But it's still pretty good press. It's pretty entertaining too.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're a billionaire, you could do something like Michael Jordan and just say, you know what, I'm going to do fuck all.
But not everybody wants to just, take it easy and relax. Some people like to stay active.
Yeah, when are you going to I mean, you're kind of rich.
You
when
wanna,
are you going to
You
stop
want to have a
making
boxing
money?
match, Sam?
With who?
Me.
For how much?
Well, you have more money than me, so you got to set.
Now we're talking. This is fun.
I would tune Sam up.
Yo, he said he put you to bed, Sam. What
I
you
would
got?
put
What are
him
you
to
going to say?
bed.
For the people who don't know, Logan Paul is like one of the biggest YouTubers in the world.
He was a ex-Vine star with his brother, Jake Paul.
Yeah, and he's going to fight Floyd Mayweather, who's arguably the greatest boxer
And he's undefeated.
of all time.
50-0.
And he's undefeated. Yeah.
Logan Paul's undefeated as well, isn't he?
No, he lost to KSI.
Did he?
Oh, he's been boxing too.
KSI
Logan
is
Paul's
a
had like 3 fights
English
already.
YouTuber from the Sidemen.
And he lost to him.
Yes.
Who did he lay out? Nate Robinson, didn't he?
His
That
brother.
was his brother, Jake Paul, who laid out Nate Robinson.
And his brother knocked an ex-NBA player out cold.
Yeah, cold.
It was like
That was sad to watch, yeah.
It was sad to
But
watch.
then I saw he called out shit, now I'm getting
Conor
confused.
McGregor. Jake Paul called out Conor McGregor.
Someone called out Juju Smith-Schuster as well.
That's probably, they just always call people out. It's pretty funny.
Those YouTube guys can box, you know what I mean? Because you get knocked out, you go to bed. If you try to fight like somebody MMA style, you could get destroyed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even well, I guess boxing you have your weight division, so it makes it a little bit easier not to get completely destroyed. But even boxing, like some of those guys can pack a punch.
You want to fight?
Like Dave said, he could take me.
Yeah, do you think that Dave could take you?
I think
he could take me if it was a few years ago.
Dave has he's got speed and agility on his side.
But you lost your advantage.
No, but
You're so skinny now.
But I can still pack a punch.
Ooh.
I've dropped people with one punch before.
Me too.
You've dropped someone before?
Yeah. I've dropped
Tell me more.
I've dropped many people in.
Juicy.
Growing up in the day, I've dropped many people.
What did you have did you have your knuckle duster
No. So
on your hand?
I was back in my younger days, I was known for my Liverpudlian kiss.
Your what?
Liverpudlian kiss.
What's a Liverpudlian
A
kiss?
headbutt.
Ooh. But that's against boxing rules. We have to have
You headbutted someone
9-pound
before?
gloves. And
What happened?
Well, I'd go out with my friends, and my friends would be the ones who'd talk, and they'd get into a fight, and I'd be the one that'd have to clean it all up for them.
ooh.
Whoa. How do you headbutt someone without it hurting your head really bad?
And you have to use the crown of your head.
There,
Yeah.
right there?
Right there.
Ooh.
And you can't headbutt someone else in the crown of their head.
Oh, yeah.
You got to hit them.
Somewhat lower. Yeah.
So you actually did that to someone.
Yeah.
Many people.
Many people.
Multiple.
Why is it called a Liverpudlian knuckle duster sandwich?
Liverpudlian kiss.
What'd you call it? A
Liverpudlian kiss.
Probably a football reference.
Yeah, Liverpool.
Liverpool.
I think it's famous in Liverpool.
Mm.
Yeah. Back in my days when I was a little angry, young adolescent.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Have
I
you
didn't
ever
know
been
that
in a
much.
real fight?
Yeah, I've been in a lot of real fights.
Really?
Yeah, like a lot of fights.
Did you win them, lose them?
I've lost fights. I've won fights.
Yeah, I think I could give Dave a run for his money.
Why? You guys should do like a charity boxing match.
That'd be
Why?
cool.
For charity.
For charity.
For the children, Sam.
I don't want to
I
fight
want to get
Sam,
beat
though.
up for children.
Oh, you
For the
think he'll
benefit of children.
beat you up?
No, I see. The other thing is I have 2 artificial discs in my neck,
I don't want. Yeah, he's a. I don't know.
so I can't do anything that could potentially mean that I
yeah,
could
dude.
become quadriplegic.
I wouldn't fight you boxing, but I would fight you like MMA style for the kids.
What's the difference?
Because I'll get my ass beat if all I can do is punch. I have to be able to do headlocks and.
Mm-hmm. He has a lot of upper body strength.
Mhm.
But if I have to, my arms are so short.
Oh
So
man!
if we had a boxing
me,
match,
me being the king of rebounds from our little old group of basketball friends,
Mhm.
funny enough, this guy could box me out, where guys who are way bigger than me can't box me out. And that's because he has so much on those thighs and this arm. And
Let's not forget about
I was going to say, because he's got a bubble butt.
yeah, this guy can box people out. I mean, of course, I just get the rebounds because I put my hands over his tiny little head.
Yeah.
But
80s babies know how to box out.
yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Kids
So why don't you take it? Why don't you guys do an MMA fight?
I don't want to fight him MMA. I just want. What? He'd beat my ass.
Anyways,
Back to 2020.
2020.
Aliens.
Oh, I really wanted to talk about that.
I didn't even see it.
You've never seen that video?
Well, I've seen so many videos of aliens. It's hard to keep up with which one's which.
Can you read about it for the people?
Can I read about it? Well, I probably could read, but hang on.
I know that the one that's shaped like a circle makes a O sound.
So the Department
oh.
of Defense, the DOD, which is what the people that work in the Department of Defense call it, DOD here in
We like to call it DOD.
released 3 videos of footage supposedly that Navy pilots showing physics-defying flying objects. I guess Area 51 came out of that.
It's real.
What? Just because we have footage and the Department of Defense, the Department of Defense said it was real.
He
Yeah.
said defart.
Well, I mean, it's the first time that an official government organization has come out and said this is a real UFO. We cannot identify what this is. It's defying the laws of physics.
Yeah, so a UFO is an unidentified flying object. It
Yeah.
doesn't mean that it's from space.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not saying it is, but it's technology that is out of this world.
It's probably just a weather balloon.
A weather balloon?
Yeah,
But no, you got to look at it.
I'm not watching it.
It's like it disappears like out
but
of
it could
nowhere in a
it
flash.
could just be like,
It's a weather
could it
balloon.
not just be like something based on the weather?
Look at it.
Dude.
It looks like a craft.
We're Martians. We're from the
Yep.
galaxy ZX5, and we're here to investigate human behavior. Saul, you're our first person we want to abduct. I heard you're really good at point guard basketball. Explain this basketball to us. What is this phenomenon they call basketball in the human world?
That's actually pretty fucking good.
I'm
I'm pretty impressed by that, Dave.
not saying there were aliens on it,
DOD.
but I want to know more.
What is this intercourse you humans do?
I don't think that they would be that interested in us. I think that if they have the technology,
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize.
was that your kids?
No, it's a fucking ad on YouTube.
I know. I thought it was your kids doing it.
They don't do every ad on
That is
YouTube.
true, yeah. Pound it out.
No, it's an ad on YouTube. You mean the ones that your kids come out on all the time?
Well, no.
Look at this thing. What is that?
It just looks like there's something in front of the camera. There's like a spot on the camera. What? This?
That's a real life UFO.
What? No, it just looks like there's something stuck on the camera that they need to clean.
Dude, you have to add me on Discord.
Sorry. What is? No.
It's a UFO.
Dude, that's just kidding. It's not even that.
No, but it's not even. Is it even
It's
moving?
unexplained.
Man, there's so much in my house that's unexplained, man. I don't. What do you want
It's all cat hair.
There's things under the bed.
All that shit is cat hair. When cat hair gets clumped together, it becomes other stuff. The only thing that disappears is boogers. The cat hair is there forever, and it gets clumped up. I think the only matter that can be destroyed, that just disappears into thin air, is boogers. Have you ever found a booger in your house?
Yes.
Really? Oh, you have kids. They're probably putting the big ones.
If
on.
it's been wiped on the wall,
Yeah.
they're generally easy to find.
But I mean, think about how many boogers you've thrown at your house.
I don't
Have
throw
you ever
boogers.
like
I
just been
never
like, oh, I
touch
just stepped in a
boogers.
booger?
No.
Or you don't pick your nose?
No,
Really
I
not.
find that there are things like that. If there's snot that just it tends to disappear.
Gone.
It's like, not so much toenail. You know when you cut your toenails and there's like a tiny bit that kind of flies off
Mhm.
and you can never find it again?
I eat it.
Yeah.
I just.
Do you really eat
No,
your
I
toenails?
don't.
Of course
I
he
don't.
does. Of course he does.
Tie your shoes, Saul. Be decent.
This guy's flirty.
Oh, he's going to start
Really though, I've never been walking around like, oh, just stepped in a booger, but I've put thousands in my home.
Ew.
Are you saying you pick your nose and flick them on the floor?
Yeah, we're gonna walk to the trash can every time I gotta pick this.
That's just gross, dude. You could just blow your nose like normal people.
That doesn't get rid of the hard boogers. Y'all feel me, right? You can't just blow out the hard ones.
They're the best ones to blow out.
Then you get a nosebleed. You get a nosebleed blowing
or
out
you
those-
could cleanse your nose.
How do you do that?
The Lake Winnetonka.
Bougie ass Sam. How am I supposed to cleanse my nose?
You get they sell the things now where you can you stick it in your nose in the morning and squirt the water and it comes out the other nostril.
Ooh.
Ugh,
Every
yeah.
morning I do that.
I want to
And
throw up.
you just see a pile of snot go down the drain.
Whoa.
Oh,
It feels so good. There's nothing more refreshing than dry boogers. Boom, out the nose.
Maybe boogers do disappear. Don't disappear.
They don't.
They don't disappear.
It's dry mucus. What you pick your nose and then roll it up into a ball, don't you?
I don't. No, I just flick it as is.
it's all from your brain.
Boogers are from your brain.
Mm-hmm. It's secretions from your brain.
Is that why everyone called me booger brains as a kid? No,
No, I think Dave's alien voice was better.
dude, I like it too.
Well, guys.
Before you wrap it up,
Okay.
this needs to be discussed. Louis Vuitton.
I thought you were going
Louis
to say
Vuitton.
something.
Women, am I right?
Louis Vuitton.
Oh, come on. It's
That's
20.
supposed to be a joke of someone who would make that joke.
They bought out protective face
2020.
masks in 2020. Obviously, it's the new accessory. Dave's been supporting it all episode. A face shield is part of their collection that sells for $961.
Is it like a big face shield so you don't have to wear a mask?
Well, it can be flipped up or down depending on the circumstances.
But-
It's got the monogram on it.
What about it, though? Are people upset?
No, well, would you go out and buy a $961
No.
face mask?
No. I
There's
wouldn't-
obviously a demand for it though, because people.
Yeah, but people also buy, I don't know, Louis Vuitton anything, right?
Yeah.
Louis Vuitton done.
Huh?
Something that Kanye West said one time. Sorry.
But it's like it's become like all these everyone's branding it now. The face mask.
I think it's lame. I
Is it-
think face masks are something that should be taken as a health precaution. And I think you're fat making something so important to society right now into fashion is kind of obnoxious.
Yeah,
It's like saying Louis Vuitton seatbelts.
but it's not like why is it a fashion accessory? It shouldn't become a fashion
Yeah,
accessory.
I mean,
I
it is
agree.
smack dab in the middle of your face.
But is it something like it's almost like once that becomes a fashion accessory, you're throwing your hands up in the air and saying, "I'm accepting this is the new normal."
But I think it is.
It is a new normal.
It is. The
Yeah,
new
but
normal.
it's not going to be like this forever.
Maybe.
You never know.
It's going to be like that forever.
Don't point at me.
No, I'm pointing at the mask.
It's gonna be like this.
If that's the new normal, we're
Is this what's
antlers,
gonna happen?
antlers in a
You know what?
mask.
I have to look at myself in the mirror every day, so don't be insensitive.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Me too.
I'm sorry.
It actually might be. I mean, we've been due for a pandemic like this for a while, according to Bill
100
Gates,
years.
right? And
Since the Spanish
there's
flu.
there's nothing stopping another one from a whole new one starting next year.
I'm
before
glad
we're
it's the
even done
norm,
with
though. I
this.
think it should be the norm now. You know,
But
I
do you feel special that we're part of that 100-year once in a lifetime?
no, I don't feel special.
No. But actually, that's one good thing from this is like this could have been. I know that a lot of people have been really negatively affected by this virus, but it could have been way worse. Like it could have been a way more deadly virus. So this is preparing us for future.
That's true.
things that could
We are a part of history.
We are a part of history.
When our children, well, my children, because I don't know if you guys will ever have kids, when my children study history and they read the history books, and it will be in history books,
Absolutely.
this epidemic. They'll be able to say they lived through it.
hmm
Next generation, well, even 5 years down the track, children may have not lived through it, but they'll just be reading it in books.
hmm
Like that is kind of as unfortunate as it is, but to be also in a history, a moment of history that, we've seen society change.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's kind of, but it's kind of cool in another way.
I think there have been a lot of cool advances in terms of, like, for example, like you mentioned earlier, online classes and online education has taken great leaps over the last year. People being more.
Shit, should have bought stock in Zoom.
Yeah. I feel like someone's
Yeah.
going to do something better than Zoom. But anyways, keep going
Oh,
with
that's
the
it.
positive. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've also we've become cleaner as people in general.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're accepting to wash it. Hang on, I'm going to have
That's
to talk
good.
about this. I went to the bathroom the other day. I'm doing my thing, number 2. The guy in the stall next to me, he's in there. I walk out first. I'm washing my hands, soap, doing the whole thing. That's just me. Walks out, washed one hand with water, didn't even put soap. Why are you only washing one hand to begin with?
That is,
And why are you not using soap in the middle of an epidemic?
maybe it was a no wiper.
I don't know. Irrespectively, one hand, water, cold water at that, no soap, in the middle of an epidemic.
Yeah, that is gross.
It's a pandemic, not epidemic.
Yeah, sorry. I get confused. I'm a simpleton.
What did he say earlier? Fart? What did he say? Department?
Department of Defense.
All right.
The Department of Defense. That's a pretty awesome name. Department of Defense.
Can I be the head of the Department of Defense? Please
Department of
do.
Defense.
Please do. 2020 done, dusted. I don't want to hear about 2020 ever again.
Amen.
Just in history books. I don't want to experience what we went through this year.
And we made it out alive, and we're gonna have a great year this year.
Hopefully, yeah. Let's
Touch
look
wood.
forward to that.
Touch wood. Hopefully next year's a better one. And
All right.
hopefully we can start traveling again.
Will you wrap up?
Thank
our
you guys
final
so
episode?
much, everyone who's listened to us.
Mhm.
My 72 new followers on Instagram. I'll with y'all heavy.
60, so it went up by 5 since the podcast started, from 67 to 72.
I'm
Yeah,
about to
Saul making big waves.
About to hit 6.
Wrap up our final episode, Sam.
I want this to be
of
the best
this
wrap
year.
up of the year.
All right, I thought you meant the final episode. I thought you were going to give me some bad news. Yes, of course, if you would like to watch the full episode in its entirety on YouTube, find us, Dive Studios. You can also find us on Instagram, Dive Studios. Yeah, you can listen to the podcast. We are on Spotify. We are also on Apple Podcasts. Find us there. Write a review. I haven't read the reviews recently. I will go home right now and have a look at them. We appreciate all the reviews you send us. Is there anywhere that we've extended our realm to recently? Have we moved into any other spheres? Are we broadcasting anywhere else? No, we're still there.
Getting played on that UFO.
For all we know, who knows?
Probably know we got that alien listening to us.
2020, the year that was, it's done. It's gone. We hope that you do come back and keep listening to us. Talk to your friends. Tell us about us. Expand our realm. We want to hear from more listeners, and we want to bring more joy to the world in 2021.
Amen.
You've got nothing to say, Saul?
I'm really grateful to have.
Just end the goddamn podcast, guys.
Bye.
All
Sorry.
right, thanks so much for joining us today, guys. See you next year. Bye-bye.
Bye. Hope you enjoyed the clip. If you did, listen to the full episode on Apple Podcasts or Spotify.
And make sure to subscribe to this channel, Dive Studios, and put those notifications on. Hit that bell.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.